They say the air in Blackwood Penitentiary doesn't just smell like mold and decay. It smells like something metallic, something coppery, like old, dried blood that's soaked into the very foundation of the building. Legend has it, the walls here aren't made of stone at all, but of the compressed bones of the countless men who died during the infamous Red Riot decades ago. They say the prison itself is alive, and it's always hungry. Our story tonight centers on a man named Elias. He was desperate, down on his luck, and took a job no one else in their right mind would even consider. Night guard at Blackwood. The pay was suspiciously good, the hours were long, and the warden, a gaunt man with eyes that seemed to look right through you, simply handed him a set of keys and a single piece of advice. Do you go where you're not supposed to? On his very first night, the silence of the prison was a heavy blanket. It wasn't a peaceful quiet. It was the suffocating silence of a tomb. Bored and a little spooked, Elias found himself drawn to the old warden's office, a room that had been left untouched for years. Dust motes danced in the beam of his flashlight. On the large oak desk, he found a thick, leather-bound ledger. Curiosity got the better of him. He blew the dust off the cover and opened it. He expected to see names, prisoner numbers, sentences, but that's not what he found. The pages were filled with columns of numbers under a single heading. Yields. He scanned the entries, his blood running cold. Subject 342. 5.2 liters. Subject 419. 4.8 liters. A horrifying realization dawned on him. This wasn't a record of prisoners. It was a harvest log, detailing exactly how many liters of blood a human body can produce before the soul finally, mercifully, departs. The final entry was dated just a week ago. The job opening suddenly made a lot more sense. Shaking, Elias slammed the ledger shut and stumbled out of the office, his heart hammering against his ribs. He had to get through the night. Just one night. He continued his patrol, his footsteps echoing unnaturally in the long, dark corridors. As he approached the notorious death row wing, a place long since abandoned, the temperature plummeted. His breath plumed in the air like smoke. The air grew thick, heavy with an unseen presence. His flashlight, his only source of comfort, began to flicker erratically. In one of its strobing flashes, he saw something on the ceiling above him. He froze, aiming the beam straight up. It wasn't a trick of the light. There were handprints, dozens of them smeared across the cold stone in a dark, reddish-brown, bloody, desperate handprints, as if someone had been trying to claw their way through the very ceiling. Then he heard it, a sound that cut through the oppressive silence. Thump, thump, thump. It was a rhythmic, heavy sound, the sound of an executioner's axe, its massive blade hitting the stone floor over and over again. The sound was coming from the end of the hall, from cell 666. Every instinct screamed at Elias to run, to get out of the prison and never look back. But a morbid, unexplainable force pulled him forward, one step at a time, his boots crunching on unseen debris. As he got closer, he saw that the door to cell 666 was wide open, hanging crookedly on its rusted hinges. A dim, sickly yellow light flickered from within, casting long, dancing shadows down the corridor. The thumping sound stopped. Peering inside, Elias saw a figure sitting on the edge of the cot, its back to the door. It was hunched over, engrossed in some meticulous task under the single, swinging bulb. It was stitching pieces of what looked like pale, leathery skin, together with a thick, dark thread. Elias's throat was dry. He tried to call out, to say something, but only a choked gasp escaped. The sound was enough. The stitching stopped. The figure, slowly, deliberately, turned around. Elias prepared himself for a monster, for a disfigured face, for anything. But he was not prepared for what he saw. There was no face. Where a face should have been, there was only a hollow, gaping cavity, a void filled with writhing, coiling shadows, and from the ceiling directly above the figure, something was dripping. A thick, dark liquid that hit the floor with a soft, rhythmic patter. The ceiling was bleeding. The truth crashed down on him with the weight of the prison itself. Blackwood Penitentiary didn't want prisoners to contain. It wanted ingredients for a harvest. The institution wasn't a jail. It was an abattoir. The walls weren't just made of bone. They were fed with blood. As the first faint rays of dawn pierced through the grimy windows of the prison, a new day began. The morning shift guard arrived to find the halls quiet, just as they always were. He found the old warden's ledger left open on the desk, and on a fresh, new page, a single entry had been made in what looked like freshly dried ink. Elias. Potential yield: 5.5 liters. By the time the sun rose, Elias was no longer a guard. He was simply the next entry in the ledger. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tales from the dark. Stay safe out there, and check back soon.